All right, today we are going to do a 10-minute energizing yoga sequence. I'm going to have you guys start standing today, and you guys can start sideways on the mat. All right, so taking a nice deep inhale, you're going to go ahead and exhale, bringing those arms up overhead, taking an inhale here. Exhale, pulling that left arm up and over to the side. Once you get there, rotate that chest open to the sky, taking another deep inhale, exhale, releasing. Another inhale in, exhale, grab that right wrist, pulling it up and over to the side, rotating the chest upwards, feeling that expansion in the side body. And exhale, coming back down to center, releasing those hands. You're going to interlace the fingers behind the back, lifting that chest up to the sky. Taking a nice deep breath here. And we're going to take another inhale, exhale, forward fold down. And then go ahead and ragdoll, grabbing each opposite elbow, slowly rocking side to side. Halfway lift, coming to a nice flat back, forward fold, stepping your right foot back into a lunge, dropping that knee down, bringing those arms up overhead into a nice low lunge, pushing that right hip forward, pulling the left hip back, placing your hands down on the mat, pulling that left leg straight, really stretching out that hamstring and walking those hands forwards, coming back into a nice runner's lunge, placing your hands on each side of the foot, stepping it back, high plank, driving that left knee to the left elbow, right knee to the right elbow, and then coming left knee to the right elbow, right knee to the left elbow, and pushing it back, down dog. Go ahead and start pedaling those feet out, feeling that length in the back of the legs. And then when you're ready, finding stillness, taking that right leg high to the sky, placing that right foot between the hands, coming down to that back knee, rising up, low lunge, keeping those shoulders down and back, placing the hands back down on the mat, again, straightening that right leg out, feeling that length in the hamstring, flexing those toes back, and walking your hands back, stepping back to a high plank, driving that left knee to left elbow, right knee, right elbow, left knee, right elbow, right knee, left elbow, pushing it back, down dog. And this time we're going to take that left leg high to the sky, place that left foot between the hands, dropping that back knee, keeping that back knee lifted, taking those arms up high to the sky, left knee is forwards, and then go ahead and straighten that left leg out, pyramid pose, and then go ahead and come back to that lunge, straightening that left leg out, bending forward, feeling the stretch, coming back into that high lunge, placing those hands on the mat, stepping it back, keeping that left foot raised, bringing that left knee across the body, and then bringing it to the nose, and then bringing it to the outside of the elbow, pushing it back, down dog. Go ahead and take that right leg high to the sky, placing that right foot between the hands, rising up, high lunge, keeping the arms here, and straightening out that front leg, and going back to that high lunge, straightening that front leg out, and placing each side hand on the floor, driving that right knee to the left elbow, right knee to the nose, and then pushing it back, down dog. And then go ahead and look between your hands, step or float your feet up to your hands, halfway lift, forward fold, and then rising all the way up to stands, hands coming up together, and then stopping at heart center. We're going into tree pose next, so finding your bus stop, taking your foot either to your calf or inner thigh, pushing your foot into your inner thigh as much as your inner thigh is pushing back towards your foot. Arms can be lifted into tree pose, finding your drishti. Bringing that right knee forwards now, and then we're going to kick back into warrior three, trying to keep that balance. And we're trying to keep our hips even here. You can keep your arms all the way back. You can keep them straight out to the sides or straight in front of you, depending on your balance. Whatever position you choose, you're going to just try to make sure that those shoulders are staying down. Then we're going to go ahead and drive that right knee into our chest as we pull our elbows towards our knee, doing a mini crunch, and then lengthening and crunching and feeling the abdominals work here. And then you'll exhale back into that warrior three, holding here. And now we're going to transition into half moon pose. That left arm is coming down to the ground, right arm up to the sky. Rolling those hips open, go ahead and place both hands down on the earth, forward fold, a halfway lift, forward fold, and then we're going to rise all the way up, hands coming together. and then stopping at heart center. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do tree pose the other side, so bringing that left foot to that calf or inner thigh. Again, finding our balance here, hands come to heart center. We're going to take those arms and we're going to grow them out, extending our tree branches, finding our drishti and our balance here. And then we're going to go ahead and drive that left knee into the chest and taking it back to warrior three on the left side. That right leg is trying to extend straight if possible, but you're also trying to keep your hips even. And then we're going to go ahead and take that left knee into our chest, pulling our elbows towards our knee. So finding your balance here, it's okay if that leg is not staying straight. Just focusing on really trying to crunch together, feeling that extension and that expansion. Taking that right hand down to the earth, rolling open, half moon pose. Really trying to keep those hips even and level if you can. And then go ahead and drop the hand down. Taking that foot down, forward fold, halfway lift, coming to that flat back, forward fold, and then standing all the way up, palms coming together and stopping at heart center. Good, we're going to step sideways on our mat now, taking our feet almost the width of the mat. Arms are coming up, and then we're coming down into goddess pose. So we're going to do little pulses here, heels in, toes out, palms are lifted, and we're really sinking down and now extending to stand, and then we're going to come back down into our goddess squat, and we're going to slightly shift side to side, so we're really opening those hips up, and feeling that expansiveness of our body. Standing up, straightening our arms and legs. We're going to go ahead and take our toes forwards now, arms out to the side, slowly rolling it down, releasing those hands to the earth. Forward fold here, wide-legged. Breathing into this pose, opening that back body. Leave that right hand on the ground, open the left palm up to the sky into our twist. Trying to keep our hips level so we're not sinking into one side. Take that left hand down, take that right arm up to the sky, same thing. Really trying to work on keeping those hips level and our weight being on our palm of our toes. Heel toe our feet together. We're coming down to Balasana or yogi squat. So if you can't sit like this, you can always grab a block, or you can just work on sitting on a cushion or something to just kind of help you ease into this pose. Ideally, our heels are down on the ground and our weight's at the ball of our foot, and we're really pushing our inner thighs and our elbows together. So now you guys can go ahead and take a seat. And from here, we're going to sit down on our sits bones, arms extended straight out in front of us, leaning back just slightly, raising up our right foot or both feet. We're coming into boat pose. Arms can be straight out in front of you, straight out to the side, or up overhead. And we're going to hold here a few breaths. Remember to breathe, activating that low belly. Again, you can have one foot on the ground. You choose what's best for you. And then go ahead and release that by hugging your forehead down into the knees. Taking a few breaths here because we are going to repeat it. So coming back to that seated position, slightly leaning back, arms extended forward, raising up one toe, both toes, or both feet at the same time. Finding your preferred arm position. Taking a few breaths here. And then exhale, release it all the way down onto your mat. Go ahead and pull both knees into the chest, rock side to side, doing little circles on that low back, releasing everything. Take those arms the width all the way out to the side of the mat. Take your feet the width of your mat. Shift your hips up and over to the left, and then drop your knees towards the right. As you're here, make sure that left elbow or left shoulder is staying down on the ground. And you're feeling an openness in the quads as well as the hips. And then exhale, coming back to center. Shift those hips up and over to the right, this time letting the knees fall to the left. Keeping that left shoulder down this time, really breathing into it. And you might notice each side is slightly different, and that is okay. Finding what feels best for you today. And then go ahead and come back to center, hugging those knees up and coming into happy baby. Palms can go on the outside of the feet, or if that is too difficult, you can always do the inside arch of the feet. And really working on expanding and opening up those hips. And then we're going to go ahead and hug those knees into the chest one last time. And then we're going to release our legs long onto our mat. Palms are coming straight out to the side. Taking a few breaths here. Just let today's practice settle. And then you can slowly bring your hands up to the palms together, stopping at the third eye, right in between those eyebrows. And you guys can choose to stay longer here, or I bid you adieu. Namaste.